everybody, my name is Vandana S. I'm a counseling psychologist and today I'm going to review Atharangi Re, a Hindi film from a counselor's perspective. Atharangi Re has a beautiful star cast of Sara Ali Khan, Dhanush and Akshay Kumar. The entire movie is very entertaining and it does talk a little bit about mental health. So I'm just going to be reviewing certain aspects that the movie has shown about mental health. What were the good things, what were the things that they can improve on, and what are the things that they shouldn't be showing in a commercial film like Atharangi Re. I would like to talk about Dr. Madhusudan, the psychiatrist of this movie. And there are certain things about his portrayal which was really good, and there were certain things about his portrayal which the movie directors can be a little bit mindful about. So the first thing that they show, the introduction scene of Dr. Madhusudan, when he says that he's a psychiatrist and he can read the mind of a woman, that's pretty derogatory. I mean, nobody can read anybody's mind irrespective of you being a psychiatrist or a counselor, and that's something that you need to stop promoting in a commercial film like Atharangi Re. So that was something that I found to be very odd. And as and when the movie progresses, when the character of Madhusudan finds out that Rinku is having psychosis and she's hallucinating, his initial reaction to that was, he was very scared and he immediately runs to his friend and says that, she's pagal and she has to be kept in a museum. So that is something that, a mental health practitioner would never say, especially when they know that the person is going through a mental health issue. So that could be really avoided. The portrayal of wherein a psychiatrist himself calling his patients to be pagal or mad people or should be kept in a museum. So that is something that could have been avoided in the movie portrayal. The good things about Dr. Madhusudan over here is that, he explains psychosis and delusions to the protagonist, that is Vishu, wherein he says that, these people generally tend to, not accept that what they're seeing or what they're hearing is untrue. And even if they do listen to it, they might be in shock. And this shock itself would lead them to, committing suicide or, self-harm. So that was a nice way to explain about hallucinations, and they were a little bit empathetic when they were talking about the mental health issue. So that is a good thing about the movie, which I really liked. So Atharangi Re as a whole movie is trying to show that we need to be empathetic to the mental health issues of people, but at some points in the movie it tends to go against the entire picture of empathetic nature of viewing mental health patient. The next part I want to talk about is Rinku, the main protagonist. So I'm so sorry if there is any spoilers as such. So do watch the movie and then see the review so that I don't spoil the movie for you. So Rinku over here, that is being portrayed by Sara Ali Khan. Firstly, I would like to appreciate how beautifully she has acted, and it's not that easy to show this particular character, but she has done a wonderful job of portraying the same. So Rinku's character, in the very first scene itself, it shows that she has this lot of anger and a lot of resentment towards the family in which she's currently staying in, especially towards her grandmother, and she never shies away from showing that displeasure to her family members. And as and when the story goes, we tend to understand that she's facing abandonment issues. So her parents were killed in front of her at a very young age, and this has really traumatized her. So she is not able to accept the changes in the environment. She's not able to accept the fact that her parents are no more, and that's when she starts to have the psychosis of her father being always there for her and giving her all the love that she's craving for from the very beginning. So as and when she grows up, she tends to imagine herself to be the mother and relive the epic love story that is between the mother and the father of hers. So there are certain things which again, the movie doesn't show it in a right way, especially the concept of love. So in the 21st century, love has been marketed so much and everybody has different notions of what love is. So I think the notion which Rinku is trying to say is a little bit toxic and it could have been avoided, especially in a commercial film. So according to her, love is all about fights, arguments, and and wherein the family members are not completely okay with it, and it's really violent kind of a love, which is not really the case, because I know love's definition is different for different people, but the definition which they're portraying over here is a little bit toxic in nature, so that could have been avoided again. Of course, they're talking about how it's an intercaste marriage, and because of which there is so much of arguments within the family members, but that's not the definition of love. And so that's something that I found it to be a little odd, especially for a film that is releasing in the year 2020. Another very important thing to note about Rinku's characterization is that she has gone through a lot of physical abuse. So her immediate family members itself hit her with chappal. That scene is very emotional, and I feel the acting of everybody over there was very good. So she's been through a lot of physical abuse, and she's okay with physical abuse, and that is something that the portrayal of it has been beautifully executed. So since she has a little bit of abandonment issues, and she creates the character of Sajjad, that is her father, and since he's always there for her in the form of hallucinations, and when the main character, that is Vishu, whom she is married to forcefully, doesn't leave her irrespective of what the situation is, treats her with a lot of respect, cares for her, and always is there for her whenever she needs it. So this in turn has made her come back to the reality and experience what is it like to have a love from a person who is in flesh and blood rather than the one that is in her thought. So when she is getting pulled to the reality, that's when the hallucinations kind of pull her back. So she has auditory hallucinations, she has visual hallucinations, and in one of the scenes the hallucination is trying to harm itself in order to tell her that if at all you are not going to look at me, if you're not going to respect me, if you're not going to love me, then I'm just going to die because I belong to your thoughts. So the sensitivity in which they have portrayed this is something that I really applaud. But there are certain things which could have been portrayed in a better manner, in the right sense, because psychosis is something that is a very difficult thing. The entire movie has kind of romanticized the idea of psychosis. So the ending of the movie basically says that she gets into this acceptance that her father is dead, and this particular thought that she's having is not really her lover, but it's just her father who's always there for her, is always looking out for her. So in the end, they just show that that particular character just vanishes, and she has a very good life. She marries this person and is very happy. But in reality, that's not the case. That's not how psychosis works. So everything is not about love, and you just win over it by few dramatizations. So the idea of romanticizing psychosis is something that didn't sit well. But I'm so glad that they're talking about issues like this in a commercial film, so that's a good thing. Another very nice thing about the movie I liked personally was that how the treatment of Rinku character started. So it started off with the placebo medication. So for her it was placebo, but actually she was having the medication for her psychosis. So nobody really can understand what happens in the mind of a person who's going through psychosis unless and until they talk about it in depth. And a lot of research and a lot of studies have shown that there is a certain kind of reaction that takes place whenever they eat any kind of medication to stop the hallucinations or delusions. So the portrayal of it was really nice. I personally liked it. But like I said, there are a few scenes which were far-fetched, and it was contradictory to the entire mental health community. But overall, it was very smoothly executed, and it was nicely portrayed. So that's a good thing. Another very important point to note over here is that the hallucination tends to create that self-harm is because of the guilt that Rinku is facing, because she has to let go of this particular character, and she's getting back to reality, and it's something that she's been believing for the past 20 years. So that guilt scene was also very nicely portrayed. So whenever she's getting close to Vishu, the hallucination pops up because she's not really sure whether this person she can trust, and whether this person is also not going to abandon her the way her parents did. So that scene was also very nicely portrayed by the filmmakers, and the acting was really good. On top of that, I feel the entire movie captured a little bit essence of Psychosis, although they have a lot of reading to do and a lot of improvements and tweakings, but it was really nicely portrayed. Apart from the mental health, there are other good points that I want to highlight over here. Is that the concept of nationality. It doesn't matter whether you're from the south or whether you're from the north, you belong to one nation, that is India. So that idea I really liked. And the second thing that I liked was when the character Vishu says that treat all girls the same way, the way in which you treat your daughters. I think that is something that was stuck with me till the end of the film, and it was very nicely portrayed. Dhanush is one of my favorite actors, and to see him flawlessly perform a role like Vishu in a Hindi film is so good. And it was a treat to watch him play that part. Akshay Kumar was, as usual, his charming self, and Sara Ali Khan was fresh breather, because it was very difficult to portray that part, and she portrayed it with such ease. So kudos to the entire team for this. There's another thing about Rinku over here, is that she is not really bothered when she puts Vishu's entire family in a huge soup. So she creates a lot of issues, she breaks off the marriage, but she does not have any remorse. She is more focused on collecting her gold bangle which has fallen, and more about eating. So that shows a little bit of the narcissistic self, and how she is not least bothered that this particular person who has got it over here is facing a lot of issues. So that is also something that they portrayed very well, and is one of the symptoms of Psychosis. So it was captured very well by the entire team. So overall, I would say that it's 50% capturing the essence of mental health, and 50% the directors can do a little bit of reading as to what Psychosis is. So it's a good movie. You can definitely go and watch it, and I'll be coming up with more such kind of reviews for you all. So don't forget to follow Psychoflix. Please click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much.